Hey guys, it's David Richard, and today we're going to talk about the Boston College supplement and how to choose which prompt to answer on supplements. Not only BC, but a lot of colleges on the Common App, not on the Common App. They'll give you some choices. So we're going to look at some lenses, some frameworks that you can use to choose the right question to answer on the supplement section of the Common App, other college applications. We're just going to go over some tips I have for all the students with whom I work, tips I provide them in choosing which question to answer. If you answer the wrong question, obviously it's going to be a tough answer. And people in the admissions offices, they're not perfect. They're people, as I'll demonstrate. And sometimes the questions, the options they provide you may seem like they're doing you a favor by giving you, say, 5 questions to choose from. But really, maybe all those questions aren't created equally, and certain questions are better to answer. So let's dig right in here with BC. We would like to get a better sense of you. Please select one of the questions below and write an essay of 400 words or less, providing your response. Get a better sense of you. Great, don't forget. All your writing needs to be about you. So it's nice that BC Admissions provides you a reminder of that. Please select one of the questions below and write an essay of 400 words or less, providing your response. So, in speaking with friends, I'll say, me and Jacob went to the whatever it might be. So, colloquially, I'm pretty loose with grammar, but any piece of writing, I know every single grammar rule. Sorry, BC, it is 400 words or fewer, and I'm sure some of you guys caught that too. Words are quantifiable. 400 words or less, incorrect. 400 words or fewer. So right off the bat, BC, great school, love Boston. You provide a great liberal arts education, beautiful campus. If you're okay walking up some steps every day and you're okay with the snow, BC's a great school for a lot of other reasons we can't really cover here just because of time constraints. But people in admissions are not perfect. And they have no malice towards you, but this is just a quick example. A little grammar error in the question that thousands and thousands of applicants see will give you an indication that maybe every single one of these following prompts maybe isn't a great question. Not every question is a good question, and I'll get into that. The first option here, we have 4 options just to catch you guys up to speed. What contemporary issue or trend relating to politics, culture, society, or foreign policy particularly concerns you, and why? So you might have a piece of writing maybe for another college or a class that fits in pretty nicely, and you just trim that down to 400 words or fewer, and you're done. You're good. You really don't need to reinvent the wheel here. Tweak it. Maybe add a couple BC details. I've found some students hesitate to include school-specific details, even though it's a supplement for the school. I don't think anyone in admissions would really fault you. Someone who loves BC and wants to select students with a passion for the college will fault you for including a couple school-specific details. So let's say you have a interest in a foreign policy issue that you're passionate about. Maybe you founded a club in high school dealing with this issue, and if you include a couple details in your response about how BC will help you continue that interest, that's fine. Don't hesitate to include school-specific details. The second BC option you have for the supplement asks, many human beings throughout history have found inspiration and joy in literature and works of art. Is there a book, play, poem, movie, painting, music selection, or photograph that has been especially meaningful to you? I think anything visual might be a little bit tough to pull off here. I've seen it done with some very gifted students who can write extremely well, and they have certain photographs, paintings, pieces of music that they're passionate about. Then again, the reader can't really see any of these things potentially. You don't want to take it on faith that they're going to do the research, even if you provide them a pretty clear link, citation, check this photograph out, this is all I'm going to write about. If they don't see it, maybe the piece of writing isn't effective. You can't necessarily include what you're referencing in your response. So maybe hesitate to select that prompt for that reason. Again, I've seen it work. I've helped make this prompt work this year, as long as it's focused on you. Again, BC is nice enough to say we would like to get a better sense of you in the background and the setup to these 4 prompt choices. As long as you keep it focused on you, you could answer the second prompt. Now, moving on to the third choice here, I think I worked on applications for hundreds of schools this year. This is maybe the worst question I've found. Sorry, BC, it's just the truth. Still love you. Contemporary higher education reflects a tension between preparing for a meaningful life and preparing for a career. What are you looking for in your undergraduate education? Which emphasis is more important to you at this time, and why? Oh man, contemporary higher education reflects a tension between preparing for a meaningful life and preparing for a career. That's you have no choice in that. That's stated. You need to believe this. There's a tension in college. College can't. You're going to be educated. You're going to have a meaningful life. You're going to be prepared for your career, and all those things are at odds. So this prompt has such an argumentative tone, a negative tone. It's very tough. Who knows what they want? What's the right answer here, right? And those are all things you don't want to do in any piece of writing for the college admissions process. I've emphasized over and over again, if you have to select a tone, it's one of excitement, it's one of abundance. You're excited for the future. Those are people that you think personally. If you're a college, if you are a college, if you're the embodiment of a college, who do you want to be around you? You want positive people, you want excited people, you want people who are not negative, people who do not think there is an inherent tension, a tension between a meaningful life and preparing for a career. There's not even an option to have there's all these things. So you got higher education, meaningful life, preparing for a career. There's a nice essay that could be written about all these things. For example, contemporary education. I'm just making this up off the top of my head. Higher education, there's a balance between learning practical skills and maybe learning how to think and learning how to interact with people, and all those things tie into a meaningful life. But right off the bat, this prompt puts these things at odds. Tension between preparing for a meaningful life and preparing for a career. Don't answer number 3. Contemporary education reflects a tension between preparing for a meaningful life and preparing for a career. Which emphasis is more important to you at this time, and why? No. Now the fourth one, I've seen students write great essays this year. I think this is the easiest prompt to answer and the one that provides you the most opportunity to reflect that you're excited for the future, excited for BC, excited for your life. And it goes, magus, a Latin word meaning more, is often cited in reference to goals of Jesuit education, which seeks to help students become better, do more, and have as much impact on society as possible. How do you hope to achieve the magus in your life? Great. Basically what I was just saying, emphasizing abundance, excitement. You're ready for the future. BC is going to be the start to a great future. After college, you're doing all these things more. You're doing more for society. Those are things that you should be writing about in your essays anyway. Those are traits that any college would want. Any person would want to spend time with a person with those traits. I think that's probably the best answer and the best question that allows you to answer it correctly in the BC supplement. And I know some of you guys might have completed your application and selected some of the other prompts, but don't beat yourself up about it. As we learned through looking at the BC supplement, admissions officers are not perfect. Obviously, there is a correct action to take with almost every single part of the college application process, but if you have already submitted your BC application and you're watching this video now and kicking yourself and kind of beating yourself up, don't do it. There's a grammatical error in the supplement that, like I said, was sent out to thousands of people, and it's error still here. So obviously admissions officers aren't perfect, so don't beat yourself up if you've made a mistake on any part of the process. Realize that the college application process is an opportunity to grow and to deal with uncertainty and to hopefully become a better writer and learn a little bit about yourself. So until next time, thanks a lot. I'm David Richard. I'll talk to you soon.